Yo, what up? What up? Good morning, GMGM. Monday. Woo! Moonvember. The other vibes already, baby. 18th, 2020. Four. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler, Logan. Good morning. How you guys doing today?
Doing great. Got back yesterday from a quick weekend trip, 48 hours in Manhattan, and man, catching up. There was like 3 different metas that played out this weekend.
They played out. There's a lot of them played out.
Right? They already be over. But yeah, there's a lot to catch up on.
How you doing, Logan?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Exciting times. Like Tyler said, I mean, there's so much craziness happening, but this is the stuff we yearn for, right? So.
Yeah. Shit is so crazy. I nearly bought a punk last night. Had to calm down. I just saw a punk. I just love it so much. So pretty. Anyways, we could talk about it on the show in a minute here. I'm happy to show. I don't care. That way, it would actually help me if someone just bought it. I just stopped looking at the list. I got pucks and TC in my DMs right now. It's like, oh no, that's the price I want. Like, shit. Anyways, Tyler, tell me about this weekend. I mean, dude, you had like, I gotta go there first. Like that looked like so much fun. First of all, beautiful family. Second of all, you didn't miss much because turns out we were half right about the weekend, meaning the top of the weekend was boring to death. And then Sunday night was like balls to the wall. So you were back home on time. But you went through a whole like Home Alone experience.
Yeah, we just saw like on Instagram like a month ago, some random influencer had done this Home Alone experience at the plaza. So we decided to look into it. We actually booked it on like 7 days notice. So this past weekend, I was just looking around and I saw it was available for Friday. I was like, we got to do this. So we booked it, got a suite at the plaza. And then like you get a 4-hour limo ride. They bring you the cheese pizza.
No way.
So, like, it reenacts the exact like Kevin thing from Home Alone. The limo ride. Then we get back. They had the ice cream come out. It was like 50 scoops of ice cream.
Look at that.
Absurd amount. So it was the first time the kids were in a limo ride.
Oh, that's so cute. You had the whole experience.
Went to the toy store FAO Schwartz. So we lived it up. It was a lot of fun. I definitely recommend if anyone has young kids or likes the Home Alone movie. I mean, check this one out. It's pretty cool.
I'm like a Home Alone maxi, bro. I grew up. I still have the VHS at my mom's. I'm like big maxi of that movie. Like I can't wait for Christmas already, just so I can like rewatch it, like all 3 of them, like 20 times over and over and over again. That's fun. It's definitely a bull market when you decide to plan an experience for the whole fam 7 days in advance. Absolutely love to see that. But see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of stuff you should be doing with the bull market in the bull market. I know I made a joke this weekend about the weekend stuff, but you gotta let also have the people around you enjoy it. Anyways, today on the show today market report that usual. I mean, we gotta talk about Solana today. I know the last week was like Bitcoin. I'm sure we're talking about Bitcoin, but Solana, I mean, nearing all-time highs in price. Did we touch it? We kissed it at 248. Oh, we kissed it. Last time I was on my computer before bed. I was just like looking at it. I wanted to like see the all-time high before bed. And I was like, fuck it, 243. These guys are going to play that game for like another 3 hours. I'm going to bed. Thankfully, I did that. Got a nice night of sleep. So Solana's probably like what we're going to talk about the most. Tyler's top 100,000. Even I know there was 100,000 things going on this week. I scrolled through your feed just to find your Home Alone video, and you had like 50 other tweets before that. And I'm pretty sure I saw you post a Home Alone shit like yesterday. So I even couldn't find the show tweet because after posting the show, I tweeted like 12 times. So we'll go through Tyler's top 100,000. And then no giveaway today. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But from next Monday, I'll bring out some things. Let's just start giving some thing away on Mondays too, because why not, right? Kick the Monday off with a giveaway. And then last but not least, this show is powered by Galaxis. Where's my read? There it is. With seamless built-in monetization tools, Galaxis enables development of sustainable long-term communities, fulfilling Bitcoin's vision of decentralized freedom and independence from centralized control. Derby at Art Basel with us. Can't wait for that. Actually, I have a call with Galaxis at 11 a.m. today. Awesome. Love to see that. Anyways, Tyler, let's jump right into it.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour calls the kid can't miss.
Ready to bash some bears. For starters, the overall crypto market cap at a new all-time high, 3.06 trillion.
Wow.
On Monday morning, up nearly 1% on the day. That comes on the back of Solana, up 4% at 243, near all-time high in price, smashing new all-time high in market cap because of all the tokens that have come out this year. So Solana is at all-time high. We saw Michael Saylor, he bought another $4.6 billion of Bitcoin at an $88,000 average. Now they have 331,000. Elon Musk said that he owns a bunch of Dogecoin and that SpaceX holds a lot of Bitcoin in a recent audio clip that is going around. And then another billionaire, Paul Tudor Jones, became a top 10 holder of IBIT.
Crazy.
Past week, over $150 million in holdings. So, folks, the billionaires are stockpiling Bitcoin. We did, though, see Bitcoin and ETH ETFs close the week with 2 days of outflows after seeing a massive green run after the Trump election win. We'll see if those turn around this week. Solana monthly DEX volume reached $70 billion for the first time. So it's seeing just insane volumes. And then Kobe, one of the first traders to complete a transaction on Monad. He shared that screenshot.
No way.
That was notable. In
Okay.
protocol news, Magic Eden tokenomics set to drop today. Any minute, any hour, we are officially on watch ahead of that upcoming ME token airdrop. Pump Science saw its two primary meme coins, Riff and Euro, soar to $200 million, $70 million market caps as DeSci took off. We saw VVifu caught an explosion in interest after this Punk 3493 meme coin launched last night, shining a light on that AI agent launchpad on Solana. And then ApeCoin announced native yield for Ape token on ApeChain. With its ApeCoin only pool missions, going to be solely on ApeChain starting tomorrow. In meme coin news, meme coin majors mostly red here this morning. I think the big news from the weekend was BONK. BONK flipped with, went past a $4 billion market cap. I didn't even see how high it went at peak. Back around 3.8 here this morning. We saw the ban meme jumped 75% to $300 million on news of a Binance Perps listing. The mascot memes were one of the metas of this weekend. Lester's at $70 million, Buck at 40. We saw this new red light, green light token. It's just a flashing light. It ran 27% to $36 million. DeSci, Decentralized Science, one of the hottest corners of the meme market. Several tokens up triple digits in that sector. In NFTs, ETH NFT leaders a bit mixed over the weekend, but closed a very green week. Punks 37 ETH now, man.
Woo!
Fast. Bitcoin NFT leaders were red, but you know what was not red? Those runes up 10 to 50% across the board. Dog over 700 million, Pups at 400 million. Cypher, a big winner on the day, one of the leading AI tokens on Bitcoin, and then the Bitcoin Bro Bear. So lots of action all over the place.
I just tweeted Bitcoin NFTs. That these things do like 1,000+ likes a pop, bro. It's like an extra 1,000 likes a day. You know what I mean? I just put one out every day. And I usually do it at this time because you go through all these topics and I just pick a word out of everything you say. It's easy. Like you said, Bitcoin NFTs, right? You said Doge last time. This Doge NFTs, that one got like 2,000 likes. They love the Doge knows people love that one, bro. I still have the Say Foundation. Like the Say Foundation, the founders are using my tweet from last year, making fun of Say NFTs to promote Say NFTs. I mean, this thing is the best meme I've ever started. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I stole it from Sobi last cycle for music NFTs. Anyways, we don't have to put down the record. It's too late. Speaking of mascots, come on, don't forget my Luce, please. 80% bounce from the lows this weekend. Come on God day. Anyways, we'll talk about mascots later. We have to give the floor out. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We have to give out the floor to Solana here today. I mean, this is insane. The pump that over the weekend. Let's go have a look at it, Tyler. Looks like damn. Look at the weekly here.
Looks good. It looks real good. I gotta be honest, I didn't expect this violent of a move. In fact, I was wrong. So I'll admit, for our loyal listeners, a week ago, I think I came up here and said that I liked ETH more.
You did? I don't remember you saying that. That's crazy.
I thought my my idea was the ETH ETF flows were going to carry.
Yeah, I was all pulled up on
the
ETH.
flows came in, but they just didn't pump the token at all.
No,
and
this
meanwhile,
one
the Solana is just as hot as ever.
I mean, I was looking at Sol ETH last night, dude.
Oh, I looked at it this morning. It's something.
I was looking at Sol ETH, and then I think the most telling chart this cycle is probably going to be Sol BTC. I'll show you guys this, but like, look at Sol ETH right here, guys. This is like, this is insane, right? Like it took. Remember how we topped, and that time was just it, you know. So that has fully broken out, full price discovery. I don't even know. You can't even at this stage. I don't know about you guys. I'm curious to hear both your thoughts, Logan and Tyler. Like a lot of people came and asked me, okay, so like when does this stop, or like when is the ETH turn? I think that Solana's just become this cycle of beast, and you can't like time it at this stage. You can't say, okay, it hit all time high, now we stop. Oh, it hit. People said at market cap high, right? And it's true, it was a Pico top. But what do you guys think with Sol here? Like, what is next?
It's hard to call any tops on this. That's a fact. I think one of the huge drivers, pump fund is still hitting new all-time highs. And now all the AI agents are launching on Solana for the most part. It seems like
even the base ones aren't catching as much attention as the Sol one, at least in terms of mind share.
There's like a core group of the base users who are trying to keep it going, but it feels like the broader population of people who are actively trading and in the trenches are just doing the Salana.
Honestly,
Solana coins.
Look at this. This is Sol BTC. I'm curious your thoughts here, Logan, as well. But like, this is Sol BTC, right? Look at here, this move, how it went para, and look here, it's just coiling. Like it's just literally like looking like it wants to go here. I mean, what do you think, Logan, on this Solana run? It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. You know, we've been sitting here chatting about lots of various reasons for it to potentially slow down, and it might be just time to stop looking for those reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least personally, I've been, you know, the inflation, the ETH inflows have to catch up, right? Like, there's so many things that we've been talking about that, and I think they're the right things to be talking about. You know, not that you should always kind of blindly ignore that stuff, but I've personally been thinking a little bit about like, okay, there's got to be something here that slows it down. There's got to be a reason for it to slow down, and that reason must be coming soon. And it might just be the case that, you know, this market that we play in, there's no reason for it to slow down anytime soon. You know, a lot of anecdotal evidence, of course, stacking up, as you know, participating on the chain. Everything happens on Solana right now. Saw a tweet about Nansen now, like the most sought after data and stuff is happening. Solana, I think, overtook everything there. Again, that's a minor data point, but just, I don't know, you know, all those little things add up over time. And, you know, Tyler mentioned in the AI agent stuff, of course, the AI meta, I think, has been leading on Solana anyway, but this is a part of it that wasn't being captured previously. You know, you had the Luna and virtual stuff. It's a little painful to talk about the VV, AFU, however you say that, catching up now. But, you know, if all these things just find their way to Solana, which they've been doing over the course of the last few months to last year, why does it have to slow down? Believe in something, right? That's what
believe
people
in
say.
something. Just then, Nansen CEO reveals that Solana is now the most used chain on the platform, surpassing ETH for the first time in 4 years. Like, these are all the little things that you cannot ignore anymore. They've become so, it's like too big to ignore, you know? And I think it's useless to ignore them. It's like everyone's going to try and top here again, like Sol BTC or Sol ETH and stuff like that, or bottom ETH BTC, but it's gotten to the point where it's like, you're not going to be able to. It's it's gonna be too hard to time that. So there's a lot going on the Solana side. I mean, we may as well keep going. Maybe you want to talk about the state of the Solana trenches here, Tyler. I know you have multiple lists that we're following. I have all your lists bookmarked on my oh no, I don't have the DeSci ones bookmarked. I actually bookmarked that one. I forgot. But let's keep talking about Solana ecosystem. Then we'll get back to Bitcoin. We'll get back to Runes and Ordinals, because Runes is like the biggest story of the weekend, I think, alongside Sol, of course. But how is the state of Solana here in general?
Yeah, I mean, multiple metas came out this weekend. I think starting with the big one, I think DeSci, so Decentralized Science, was the biggest headline, and it came out of nowhere. I think perhaps it was being talked about some at some of the recent conferences. I think some of the conferences perhaps over in Thailand. But just for basics and foundation, if you're not familiar with DeSci, decentralized science, it's a movement aiming to build public infrastructure for science research using Web3 tech. Compared to your more traditional science paths, DeSci allows for more funding sources, censorship-free collaboration, open access to research data, which is the key, right? Kind of similarities to what Tau and decentralized AI is doing. Effectively, it aims to broaden access to scientific data and promote more transparency, allow more people to get involved, and that's what you're able to do via blockchain tech. This is not a new idea. It has been around for some time. But I think the meme coin component of it is really what's new. And it came on the scene. I mean, the big action was from Pump Science. So Pump Science is like the pump fund for DeSci. It basically allows anyone to launch longevity experiments.
Okay.
They're crowdsourced. So you need an idea. You have to have like a drug of some kind that you want to run tests on animals. And you can fundraise your experiments by launching a token on Pump Science. Now, they're not a protocol that's just going to open the door for anyone to come in and launch. So like for Oak, I don't think you can just go up there without like a real idea to just go launch. Like, okay, I want to launch, for Oak, the Farouk drug, like your own little cocktail or something. Like it's not that simple to do.
Can we just not talk about this like this? Like, holy shit, bro! Yeah, P Diddy.
They've only got 2 tokens. Where I was going with that, there's only 2 tokens that have launched. So
okay, I see.
Science. So like there really isn't as much dilution. That's how it works. Then as you get higher level market caps, you unlock different types of experiments. So you have like worm experiments at 69K, then you have fly experiments, and you have mice experiments at 3 million, so on and so forth. And then
actual experiments, like you have to have like you have to be like in the lab type shit.
Yes, just go to pump.science and we can. I'm
actually curious about that. I find that fascinating. I was too lazy to read this weekend, so I was like, I'll just wait for Tyler to just tell me on Monday morning.
So these are the 2 tokens,
oh
and
my god, it's at $215 million.
Just unbelievable. So I was out and about Friday, Saturday morning. I was starting to catch up on things. I think the leading token Riff was around 60 million at that point in time.
What
and
is
then
that?
Euro, so those are the flies that they're testing this drug on.
This is so cool.
So you can live interact, and in my head, I've been trying to go back and forth. Like, is this a gimmick or is this real?
Yeah, why does it need a token?
I think that's the reason for the token is to help the fundraising of the experiment.
Okay.
Right. And then perhaps, provide more access, more eyeballs, more resources, I think would be the answer there. But I mean, it's for a good cause, right? Like it's to help fund like longevity research, which I think most people can get behind.
You know who would thrive in that? You know who could launch a token and send $1 billion in DeSci straight up?
Brian Johnson.
Exactly.
Oh God.
100%. I'm talking. Hey, listen, the pod is happening, by the way. I emailed him and he emailed back. We're good. We're set. He told his team that we're good. So he's the next guest on my pod. So I'm gonna have BJ on the pod, you know what I mean? So aside from talk about like, erections overnight and how long they last, maybe we can talk about DeSci. Actually, I'll bring that up to him.
I mean, you should.
Because he is, correct me if I'm wrong, like I'm starting to get, like he could run he's running an experiment on himself. He's rich enough to self-fund it, but someone else could have run something similar and fund it using DeSci. And then what? Like it's like public, like what does the token do? That's to just fund the project, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an intersection here between Brian Johnson and DeSci. I think we may have to get in the lab and think about it a bit. It seems like my read watching the price action the last 2.5 days is that Asia loves the DeSci section. Like whenever Asia wakes up, the tokens run. They run all night, and then they dump when America wakes up.
You mean Europe? Because America just pumped their tokens just now. Just come on, US.
Yeah. So I guess they're back up. Everyone loves DeSci. And there's just not that many tokens to get in. So there's another similar platform on Base and ETH. Like there was this Vita token that's out there, and now there's like these 2 quantum entangled tokens. I missed. They ran overnight, pro and anti. So the list is being built out. it was just amazing to see how fast like the AI sector just exploded, and now DeSci is on the scene, and the pump is accelerated. Like basically in a weekend, this kind of went from no one talking about it to everyone talking about it.
Yeah, that Rift token is 2x the Brian Armstrong like company token for that's old. If you want to talk about how crazy the
Interesting
last weekend has been.
It's like hamster races, but nerdier. That's such a good comment. It is so true.
There's a little more substance than just the pure hamster races, I think.
We get it. It gives people a chance to write fucking philosophical essays on Twitter. I get it, Tyler. I get it. It's like the right curve of that. I get it now. Okay, it makes sense. For those of you who didn't understand what Tyler said, hamster races, but right curve. And it works.
I mean, we're in right curve meta right now. I mean, we're in both. But I think that's another big headline from the weekend. So if we want to keep going, like AI agents. So I think everyone has been familiar with Goat and True Terminal, and then Zero Bro was a huge winner, running like 70 million to 280. Now there is an AI agent launch pad on Solana called Vivaifu. The token name is Dasha. And it's a platform similar to Virtuals where you can launch AI agents, and then along with a token. Effectively, it's a pump fund for AI agents. You can create a persona, you can test its responses, you can edit the prompting details. It comes with Twitter, Discord, and Telegram capabilities on the roadmap from Vivaifu, on-chain trading, and TikTok. I thought the TikTok one was notable. So if you can launch an AI agent with a TikTok integration with video creation, I think that gets really interesting. The BONK 3493 token, which launched last night. If folks didn't see this story, effectively someone set up an AI agent based on the likeness of a zombie CryptoPunk that Snowfro burned back in like 2019. And they set up Twitter, set up the token caught some storm. It ran all the way to like a $20 million market cap. I think it fell like 80% overnight.
Yeah,
but that was launched from Vivaifu. So then everyone turned their attention to that platform. That token pumps. It's up to 100 million. I saw before the show. Painful because I think Logan he shared that with us.
1 million.
Yeah, you were early on that. You were early on that one. I was. Yeah, what's up? So what?
I'm sorry.
Go Fred. Sorry, it was like so you were early on that one. Like, what attracted you to that? And do you think that it's gonna last past last night?
Well, I was just digging. Of course, it's kind of what I like to do, and stumbled into it. It was right around the Virtuals hype, or maybe just after some of the Virtuals Luna hype. And it had been around for a bit. And I actually remember asking Tyler if it was appropriate to bring up on Underexposed, our Tuesday show, because it was such a small market cap. Of course, want to respectfully not look to pump bags or anything. I mean, I messed around with it for a little bit, but I bought like one SOL at 1 million and then got bored because it didn't do anything, and just did what we do, overtrade, and people stumbled into it. And I missed out on 100x, of course, but that's the price you pay for being early sometimes.
Oh,
I love the of course. It's always it be that way. I chased like one of the other punk burn thingies yesterday, of course, at 0 now.
Well, that's why
it's like always like that.
So disclosure, I bought some of the BONK 3493 tokens, and I got a little bowled up last night because so many derivatives and betas were spinning up, and I thought that was perhaps a reflection that the main one would have some staying power. But the risk, this is a new meta we're all learning on the fly. I think your AI agent has to be good. Like if the Twitter content is not good, the token usually sinks. And the BONK 3493 token Twitter content is not very good.
Yeah, I saw some tweets over the weekend about the fact that like just the agent tweeting is no longer novel. I'm totally in agreement with that. Like, it's not that we need something new and different every time for a new one to pump, but you do almost. You need something slightly. That's before like Mando had been talking about the developer helping push things. Like that was a differentiator. where's the differentiator now? That's what the market wants, the differentiator. It doesn't mean that those will ultimately be the winners, but right now that's what the market wants.
Yeah, that's what they want. It's just a lot of metas right now. It's too many. It's also there's metas that are not like, it's not really a meta. Like, it's just like we're calling it a meta as an excuse to like pump bags, I guess, right? Not we, I mean like the space, right? And like SS3, but like I don't know. It's like a meta, I think, needs to, like, what's a meta to you guys? Like, to me, a meta is like something that has to get established, right? Like AI right now is a true meta because it's like, actually Mando had a good tweet this week, right? It was this week kind of thing. He was like, don't fade the AI meta. It's very rare that like a meta comes in right at the cusp of a big bull run and then takes off. So like, don't be sidelined, like actually get involved. That doesn't mean buy today when it's like zero bros up like 200%, but it means like get involved, like start like nibbling and getting into it. So to me, like that's a meta, right?
It's interesting. I almost feel like AI is like its own sector at this point.
Meta is sector.
It's like bigger than a meta.
That's it, sector. Yeah. I think we call everything a meta, but to me, a meta is a sector.
Yeah. Then we need a new word. So like, what would we call like the mascot run this weekend? So like, I don't think that's going to have huge staying power, right? But like, that was clearly, we saw the Litecoin mascot. We saw the GME mascot.
Everyone's inventing a mascot now just to be able to like start a meta, right? We should actually go there. We saw Buck. We saw a bunch of different things.
Lester was wild action, right?
Like, that was insane. I caught that like 40 mil to exit and got the fuck out. I was like, yeah, that was my weekend trade. That was like in and out. Like I can't. Thank God, my God. But yeah, I don't know. Mascot meta. Yeah, I guess I don't know. You're right. There's a difference between something getting established and becoming like a sector in a quick meta. You're right.
But then DeSci is like in the middle. So like I think DeSci probably has legs, but it's very early. And like I don't know if Pump Science is going to be the big winner of all this, right? It's just like we're like 3 days in to this, it feels like. But the core concept is here to stay. Like decentralized science is here to stay.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah. I
just personally like, I don't care about the token side of it, which is great. And I'm going to definitely like dabble at some point. But it was too hard of a weekend, so I didn't want to get in because like when you miss it, like you definitely on Wednesday, for example, you probably have time to buy most tokens half off, right? But I think that's an interesting one because I like the whole scientific part of it. And maybe all it takes is like, it's kind of like gaming, right? How we say like it takes one game to like change the face of like Web3 gaming, right? All it takes like one scientific project. Like imagine like a crazy researching group. Like, okay, like no, seriously, like imagine a group of kids from Princeton or MIT. I don't know, right? Like imagine this group of kids from MIT. They gotta get funded. I don't know. Maybe MIT is not a good example. I don't know. I'm just naming big universities, like a university that doesn't have a bunch of like money and rich folks, and they decide to like fund it like that, and actually like manages to like break through. I don't know. Like you never know, right? Like I like that, Tyler. This excites me. Like it makes me curious. Doesn't mean the tokens are gonna pump, but it makes me curious.
I think that's likely to happen.
Yeah, imagine if rifampicin or Eurolithin A is like the new longevity drug unlock, and we all helped fundraise it.
Yeah, send me the list, please. I want to put it on the screen if you don't mind. I know you sent it already. I just didn't bookmark it. Yeah, your watch list, because I'd like to pull it up and have a look. It's so funny. So the biohack thing you sent us last week, I dusted it for like, you're gonna laugh. So I have this weird thing where everything has to be at 0 on my wallet, except the bigger wallets, because like sometimes you dust something and it's a scam. But like the small wallets, like I just dust them. So I dusted my biohack for like 0.08 Solana. It's like $20. It's not like I need $20. It's just like, I don't know, I just dusted it. And like 3 days later, Tyler's like, yo, this thing's at 10 mil. I had a lot. Like it was like, well, we bought what, 2, 3, 4, 5 sold, but like in the 10K range, 50K, I forget, like 100K range. Whatever you said that. You were early to that one. That's the good one. Here, let's have a look at the DeSci list, because that was the...
I got lucky on that one. So I actually just on like Thursday, my
sorry. Go on, sorry, Tyler, go on.
He was just saying that bio/accelerate, which is like similar to like E.
Oh my God, that's 6 million.
So I bought some at like 40K. I bought some at like 40K market cap on Thursday.
Yeah, bro, that's where we bought. It's here.
And then he had 23 million. He had 2%, and he sold it all on like the first pump to 300K.
Let me see how much it sold.
He missed out on like 200K. Sad, but I mean, this is more of just like this is a pure meme, right? Like that's not
Yeah, that's just a meme. Yeah.
It's DeSci adjacent. It's like it's included in this list.
Okay.
It's not like funding research or anything.
There's only 2.
You got to get
Go on.
Sorry, I was gonna say you got to get RSC on this one. That's the Brian Armstrong Research Hub. That's
Okay.
$100 million market cap.
Whoa.
He's got that in his bio. I feel like it's already up a ton. It's at all-time high, but I feel like that's one that you'll see threads later this week. Like, holy shit, did you realize Brian Armstrong has a DeSci project? I haven't seen that on my feed yet, but it's a thing.
Well, you know what? I'll bring it up with him whenever we do this interview.
No, Brian Armstrong, Coinbase.
Oh, Brian, sorry, Johnson. Brian Armstrong. Yeah, let's talk. So Brian Armstrong. Okay. I had no, not that many tokens, Tyler. 600,000 tokens buyback. How much is that worth today? Let's see if I cope. Hold
on. Probably like 4,000.
Ouch. Damn, that still sucks, dude. Jesus. What? It's worth 15 SOL. Damn. You sent me like a 15x because I only put like 1 SOL into that.
No, I sent you like 150x.
Oh. Damn. That stings. Okay. Well done, Tyler. See, another great call by another host of the FOMO Hour show. See, we still winning. We're still winning. So okay, so to definitely take a look at that, I'll definitely be circling back with you on that, Tyler, quite a bit. Wow, I don't know if you guys are seeing Bitcoin right now. It's just like 92K nearly 91.1 here. Just got a big candle on the way up. So it looks like today is gonna be a good day. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about runes and everything. So Bitcoin first. I mean, Bitcoin actually had a very good weekend. The last few days, right? It went to, what is it? We were looking at 90 on Friday, 93 nearly, and looks like it's flying right now, boys. Looks like it's flying right now. Michael Saylor bought a lot of Bitcoin at 88K. This guy just nonstop bid. It's like infinite Saylor bid. And I want to show you guys this meme that Kobe posted this morning. Sorry, everyone. It's so funny. Buys the Bitcoin top, just keeps on ripping.
Yes. That's what he does.
This is what he does.
Did you lose him?
Briefly lost Farouk. The meme was so good. The meme was so good. We lost him.
Sorry, guys. Anyways, I kicked my cables under my desk. Classic. Anyway, so the meme was so good. You lost me. Yeah, I mean, this is a great meme. But you know what's a great meme? Let me tell you what's a great meme. Pups. Pups is a great meme. Because brother. I mean, I have to say, this first and foremost, I feel like we have to. I feel like I have to. We have to, on behalf of FOMO Hour. I mean, dog, you're the number one rune. You got it. You hit in the billion. That's it. Okay, let's go. Pave the way for us. The dog community came in at me really hard last week, Tyler. They did not like my comment. They did not like my comment saying that Pups is a better meme. It just didn't work out. Okay, they didn't like it. There you go. They got the Kraken listing. We can't escape it, Tyler. They got the Kraken listing. Decrypt wrote about dog. And I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. You cannot escape it at all. At all, no matter what. Leonidas is all over my fucking feed now, in my comments and everything. I mean, let's talk about the runes board, because I know you guys are involved in runes and you guys are buying, selling runes as well. Like, dude, what a run on Pups. I mean, let's start with this one because that's the one we own and we talk about all the time and that we love. I think it hit all-time high in sats yesterday. But it's looking good. But Tyler, take me through this runes board.
Well, I mean, the big news was Kraken listing Dog. I think that's the first major exchange we'd seen do that. Dog is up 100% since that. Like it was down at 4 sats. It's now over at 8 sats. The last newsletter I wrote, it was at 369 million market cap. So it's at 740 or whatever now.
Whoa.
So I mean, that is a huge move. And I think that just brought everyone, like, runes had kind of been on the back burner. We'd been talking about them, but it felt like, oh, you've got time to accumulate your runes bag. Well, I think folks, like, FOMO kicked in after the Kraken listing. Of course, like, Dog has been pumping hard since then, and now everyone's trying to figure out what's next. You've got BONK guy, who's the new main character. He's talking about his runes plays. Big now, time. Rumors. So, like, apparently this is mostly a nothing burger, but like Pups and Dog and BDC are like on the nominations for Binance now. I think basically anything could get up there.
I would be careful with that narrative. Yeah,
But I mean, that was enough to, I think that moved
I agree.
markets yesterday.
I
Still,
agree.
whether it should have or not, besides the point. But the whole board is washed in green. And so like I was buying some runes yesterday, and I can tell you it is a terrible experience. It is still a terrible experience. I was locked for like 2 hours trying to buy one of the tokens.
Dude.
My buy didn't go through, and I couldn't buy anything else. It was so frustrating.
It's so bad. I'm sorry, it's so bad. I'm a big runes fan. We were bull posting runes before. Like I know BONK, I was like, oh, nobody's talking about runes, brother. We were fucking pumping runes and talking about runes like before everyone on the show. Like you weren't even hosting with us yet, Tyler. Like I even went to Hong Kong for an Ordinals fucking conference. Like literally, I went to Hong Kong in April to speak at an Ordinals conference in May at Seoul House, Hong Kong. It was sick and for business, but it was perfect timing. But like there was 3 Bitcoin events in 3 days in Hong Kong. So it's they've just been talking about it in the East more than in the West. They love it there. They love it there. Just look at the engagement I get at night when I bull post runes. Like I bull post runes like 8 p.m. Just study my engagement around 8 p.m. Seriously, and you'll notice. Like I sent you both a screenshot last night. I posted a meme with Pups and runes, and like it took time. And then Asia woke up, bang! Like I got like 200 followers.
Sure, I'll start doing that. Good engagement hack. But I mean, this is a very interesting board here. So still like there's clearly some barriers to entry. The buying experience is not fun. But if your token gets listed on an exchange where it's easier to buy, like you have to think that's probably a bull case. So like what are our targets? So Pups is at 360 million. All-time high is like 900 million briefly. So it's still
here. Those are the top ones. I like the OKX website because it hides all the trash. Forget these two here, right? But that's the real board here, right? So
and those are clearly the top ones. I think Cypher is one of the bigger movers of the week. If folks aren't familiar with this one, that's the first AI agent runes.
Okay, got it.
And there's a few sharp folks I follow.
See, they gotta fix this though. Like we're not going to see, like, look at Pups. Like, I'll take Pups. We say about Pups when it's all time high. Like, that's with just not even $2 million of volume. Like, the shittiest of all shit coins does $2 million in volume on Solana, right, guys? Like,
it's pitiful.
It's not that hard to do that. Like, dude, Buck was like $250 million of volume in the first 24 hours. I'm not saying it's not like controlled, or maybe fake, or maybe there's cabals, or maybe there's MMs, or maybe there's sexes involved behind the scenes, but like, the difference is insane.
There's 83 tokens on Solana's DEX board right now that did more volume than Pups.
No, do Dog, because Dog is the leader. Let's compare to Dog. Dog did $4 million one day. Not even 356. Sorry,
75 memes did more.
Okay, so 75 memes on Solana did more volume yesterday than Dog, and Dog is the #1. Now, I'm not saying now. I'm gonna paint this for you guys in the bullish way because you know me, for real, permabull. Imagine when the rails are easy and everyone and their moms and all the new participants can actually bid runes. What happens when the volume is going to be 10x of that? Because 30 million volume is nothing. I bet you there's 50 coins that beat that yesterday on Sol. So I don't know. What do you guys think here? What's next for runes here? I know you guys are in the trenches. Logan, what do you think?
Yeah, I think what you just painted, it makes a ton of sense. But as Tyler noted, I mean, the trading experience has to get drastically better in order for that type of stuff to happen, or you need lots of centralized exchange activity, which I mean, subsequently is improving the trading experience most likely. So, yeah, I think it makes sense to create some bag here if you haven't already. You know, whether you wish to just hop into the leaders. I mean, there's a lot of multiples up if you want to buy the whole, you know, this is a sleeping ecosystem, which I think I tend to agree with. And full disclosure, I have, you know, I have some bags here as well, but you need to make it better, as you noted. I mean, 3.5 million on the top rune is it's almost embarrassing.
I mean, look at the top rune. The top rune is not even in the top 200 here. Or maybe that's a mistake. Yeah, it's clearly a mistake. Sorry, CoinMarketCap did not aggregate that right. So the top rune should be Dog is actually higher now than it's gonna flip Ordi soon. That's a big deal because Ordi is basically one of the first BRCs that was listed on exchanges. We were very bullish on it back then, especially Mando. But it's
That
gonna.
was- yeah. So that was the other news that came out. So Runes finally flipped the BRC20 market cap. I just
Ooh.
sent you the tweet. 1.88 billion in market cap for Runes versus 1.85 billion.
Shared it yesterday. There you go.
And that's like that's tiny. It really is tiny.
$1.8 billion. Like, this is
Like that has to like I think the whole ecosystem can 10x.
10x is bearish
do.
though. Like even 10x to me is bearish. You know what I mean?
But I mean, there's a realistic opportunity, and of course, there's risks that you can deploy size into these runes, and you could legitimately have hopes of a 5 to 10x. And there aren't that many other places you can do that, right? Like, and again, like it's no guarantee, but that actively, I've actually been starting to like if I hit big Solana wins, I'm shaving some off and bridging over to Bitcoin.
How are you gonna get out though? That's the concern, right?
Like how fast can you get out? You're gonna wait for the DEX sexes. So you're basically gonna try what bet on like
it's a long term play, right? It's not like trying to flip this by end of year. Like you have to let this whole thesis, like the 10x in the ecosystem is going to take a year.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we have done that, right? Like a lot of us, including yourselves, I think. I was talking to Loxy about this. I was like, fuck, we were a little too early. So basically, like in February, we were euphoric. I was laughing with Lox because like like I was laughing about Pups bag. And I talk about this a lot on the show. We were like up a lot, like deep 6 figures. I was up on like puppets and ordinals in general and runes between RSIC and Pups alone. It was like deep 6. And then that was blow off top for runes. Remember, like shattered, like slowly down, slow. Then May, June, July came like shattered, like 0 nearly for Pups, right? And now it's back. So I was telling Lox last night, I was like, we were just like slightly too early, but it's fine because we actually held.
Yeah,
you know, so we actually held lessons in there, I guess. But the up cost of holding that, I don't know. Maybe we would have gotten burned somewhere else. So I can't even judge that because the summer sucked across the board, right? But this is it. Like this is it. I think you do have to believe in it. Same thesis as last year for me on runes and shit, Bitcoin.
And I mean, we can give out plays. Like I still think Pups is one of the best. Like if I was going to deploy size into one single play. It's still Pups for me, and apologies to Dog. I think Dog is probably fine as well, just because it's number 1 on the board. It's going to be the first one that everyone sees. I think BTC is probably good. I think Cypher is now interesting because if you compare Cypher to the AI tokens on Solana, it's tiny. It's a fraction, and there's much less dilution on Bitcoin. But it's overheated. It's up 7x this week, so I'm not the only one who had that idea.
Yeah. You know, Pups place is good because I feel like people love the meme, man. You can see the engagement. Even Mindshare on Kaito, we had 2 Pups because there's Pups on Solana. I think it's mistaken both. I guess you put them together in that sense.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's like both of them had 1.5 points. It's like 3 points of Mindshare right now is on that and Dog 2. I would still like, honestly, like if I were to size in, I'd straight up just keep pounding Dog and Pups. And I like your Gizmo, like I said. I don't have any Gizmo. I really like that you guys are trading Gizmo. I think it's a great call. So if I was buying one, I would be bidding Gizmo because it's like Gizmo and Pups. Like it's Pups and this little cat. It's so left curve that it makes sense.
That's interesting. You're saying that as a Pups holder, but like if I was coming in fresh, like I don't think I would start with Gizmo.
Yeah, maybe because I know what Gizmo is. Right? But again, cat meta. There's only cat. Like GCR.
Yeah. Well, technically $1 billion cat. So there's a couple.
Yeah, there's definitely room for a good meme. I saw a comment scrolling through from somebody watching about the fact that there's no good memes. You know, I think some of that has to do with the weird naming conventions, right, that are required.
Yeah, it's like has to be like certain letters. No, it's true. It has to be a specific amount of letters. Like that's why dog goes to the moon. It's like okay.
Right. But that still stands true to me. I mean, we said that at the very beginning, but I still like even after 6 months of this, like there aren't any good just like memes.
But but I'll take the other side of that. I think Pups World Peace is great. Like, whiff hat or like got legs or like this and that.
That's
like,
one.
World Peace. Okay, one. I genuinely think Pups is a good meme, and that's why I still haven't sold my back and it went back to being above 6 figures. It's great this weekend.
I don't think it's a good meme. I think it's a cultural coin.
Pups?
I don't see anyone sharing Pups memes really.
Okay. I respect that, but I like what Juanse wrote yesterday. It's long, so I'm not going to make you guys read it on the show, but I'll say it to you both after. Anyone who wants to go see, it's this one. He made a whole post about like retail's different than CT, Pups is something for both. And he explained the mindshare stuff and he explained like his thesis. And it matches my bag bias. So I'm sharing this, but I got to give this guy's credits. This dude has been bull posting runes before everyone. And like the longest time, even when it was down every day, he was bull posting how everybody's wrong. So he's a good follow in terms of like thing. Also, BONK.
Yeah, we should talk about BONK.
BONK is right. You want to go there? Bitcoin's going crazy right now. Bitcoin is absolutely insane right now.
Yeah, oh wow, 92.
Yeah, all-time high. Let's go. Come on, give it to us. Anyways, go on.
Just real quick. So you pulled up the Sol Bitcoin chart. I think for Sol to break out, we probably need Bitcoin to stay in this range, like this 88 to 92.
That doesn't help.
If Bitcoin really runs, it's probably not going to get there. But BONK guy was right. And if you want to talk about controversy, if you want people to get mad at you, post about unit bias because people are very mixed.
I caved. But let's go about it. What about it, Tyler? But I have thought I caved on that.
Well, so I wrote about it on Thursday and then actually just comparing Pepe and WIF. And Pepe saw something like 6x the volumes on the day that was listed on Coinbase and Robinhood than WIF saw. And granted, there was a time difference, but still, it was a pretty noticeable difference. And then over the weekend, you had BONK flip WIF, which are two pretty comparable memes, right? And WIF had the lead for quite some time. And you know, if you just look at for like $100, you can buy 2 million BONK coins, or you could buy 28 WIF coins. And it's like, which do you think the average person is going to do? I'm sorry. And I was a huge WIF holder. It was my biggest play of this whole cycle.
You and me both.
But like, you have to be objective about this, and you have to evaluate things with where they're at right now. Like, what do you think the average person is going to do? And I don't think they're going to come.
Does it matter based on the size that they're entering with, though?
It matters because like he gave an example of someone entering small. I'll give you an example of someone entering big. Like I have, with the amount I bought of BONK, I have like millions of BONK coins and I feel so rich. You know what I mean? And now if it goes to $1, turbo millionaire. You know what I mean? So even like the left curvists that know the unit bias exists towards normies, like likes it. I don't know. I agree with you, Tyler, and for the reason that on Friday I moved nearly all my WIF to BONK, and it aged very gracefully. As a matter of fact,
it's a big move.
I moved it to BONK and to Mudang. I wanted to add to Mudang, mostly because of Mando. Also, Mudang, we're talking about massive PL normies, still mind share and all over the timeline. What do you guys think? I mean, this unit bias. At first, I was like, yeah, this is not a fact, because the counterexample was, well, if unit bias is a thing, then why doesn't Solana go to the price of Ethereum? Because FDV is a meme.
Maybe it will.
Maybe it will. That's the thing, right?
Stop looking for reasons it won't.
Stop looking for. I mean, the way it's looking right now, I mean, it's 3-1. Like, you know, market cap wise, like you're looking at 100 bill versus 300 bill here. So it's getting close. But yeah, I've caved, and I do believe for meme coins at least, maybe not majors. I do believe now that unit bias is. I was 50-50. Now I'm like fully like sold on the unit bias thing. I think Coinbase volume showed its hand this weekend, and I think that fading volumes is stupid in this market. I mean, let's talk about this, right? I
think it's there. I think it's, as much as it pains me to say this, I think it's good for MOG. MOG is one of the highest market cap, highest attention, mind share memes that has a really good unit bias.
Yeah, I need Sims. Did you hear that? Timothy, we're going to need to clip that just for the group chat. I just need that clip. 48 minutes in, I want that clip for the group chat. But look at that, unit bias. BONK did more volume this week, and Bitcoin sold, Dogecoin, Tether, Ethereum, Stellar, Sui, Pepe. Like only XRP was doing more volume than BONK this weekend on Coinbase. Insane, right?
I think it definitely matters. And of course, there's exceptions to all of this. I am curious. So what does it mean for the pump fund memes? Because the pump fund unit bias, you hit $1 at $1 billion. And is it going to put caps on some of these? Perhaps. I don't know. Perhaps too early to tell. It makes it easier for them to get to $1 billion, because I think everyone knows the numbers and the math, but then once you get there, and the same argument can be applied to GOAT, right? So like if you have $100, you're going to get 90 GOAT tokens.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think there's something there. We'll see. Look, we'll see at the end. That's something that we'll see in like 6 months, 12 months, if it played out or not. Like we'll have to really wait on that one. But yeah, BONK had a massive weekend, which it seems like it's following thing. I think Pepe is about to absolutely go insane here. It's looking really, really, really good, guys. They call this a bullish pennant in TA terms. Boy, is it coiling. I bought a lot. So just putting it out there. Pepe and Monk. I don't have no ETH, but like all of my Ethereum stuff is Pepe and Monk. That's it. Nothing else. Oh, my Punk, but I don't count my NFTs, right? I kind of marked them at 0. So that's for me. Like, look at this, guys. It's looking like it wants to go. Look at it wants to go. Let's have a look at Mog here. Mog went to nearly 2 billion, guys, on Friday. That was crazy. Therefore, kind of cementing the fact that it's going to be the leader between SPX and Mog, right, Tyler? And then let's have a look at the Murad memes. You know what's been going insane? Apu flipped Giga.
Interesting.
Yeah, Apu is out of all the Murad memes, the only one that was catching Gigabit. I don't count Mog and Popcat as much because Mog and Popcat is bigger than Murad, like they were before him, right? His list. But look at this. I have none. This has been insane, by the way.
Yeah, great.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, cup and handle. Perfect.
Look at this, Tyler. We should have cut that one.
How do we miss the Apu cup and handle? Jeez.
Good old cup and handle. Look at that. Good old cup and handle.
It's got to be the top performing Murad meme then.
It is actually. I mean, depends. Let me see on the day basis for sure. On the weekend,
Mog is pretty good too.
No, because Mog was Friday, right? But you're right. Yeah. I wish I could put 1 week in the filters here. Can you?
Yeah, I meant over like the last couple of weeks in general. And USA is up a ton off the bottom.
A ton. I mean, it flipped mini. Like USA is no longer the cheapest Murad meme, which is kind of a big deal. I kind of upgraded there. Lock-in was seeing a good bid last night. Looks like that was short-lived overnight, but I don't know. I'm still a fan of the coin. I just like the term retardio. I guess retardio was. That's where this is where the question is good to have. Like, are some stuff really just niche and the normie is gonna like it, right? Like retardio arguably is like one of the biggest niche memes in CT, right?
Right.
Fair to say, I think. We'll see, but looks like it's ready to go. If anything, to me, the Murad rotation may be about to happen. Like I look at these charts and I'm like, wow, like I like retardio here. I think also I like lock-in here. I don't know. Like I don't know what you guys think, but I just kind of like these here. I was just literally looking at them all night last night.
I think the counter is there's just a lot of new shiny objects.
I agree. Totally.
So
Totally. There's, DeSci, eSci, BSci, meta, it doesn't matter. This meta, fucking every single meta in the world is going on right now, right? But Apu flipping, I think there's something in the Apu one, like Apu, because it's Pepe, right? Pretty much. Like it's, I don't know. There's something in that one. Popcat seems to have bounced. It was aggressively pumping on the back of like Coinbase listings for Wave, saying like, oh, that's the next one. So that went up to like 2 billion, but that went down quite a bit. Anyways, oh wow, I just saw the time. Is there anything quickly that I missed, Tyler, from your top that was important news?
I think we hit most of it. I mean, punks are 37 ETH. When the hell did that happen? I feel like they're 32.
Dude.
Last week? Yeah. Crazy.
Dude, that's crazy. Like there was some major, that happens all the time, right? Front running the ETH move, bang, like punks move. And there's some nice punk like this, not a floor punk, not a floor punk, not a floor punk. Like there's some nice stuff out there, This is the one I was saying I really want.
It's nice.
New all-time unique holder count too.
For what?
I think you guys brought that up on the show last week, maybe.
Yeah, we did. Love to see that.
Starting to see some of that anecdotal evidence about the new wealth coming to buy.
Tyler was saying that. Who's buying punks? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now we have the answer. I asked the question, and the answer is people are making 100K on trades, and they're just shaving it and buying a punk.
But you know what it is? Because I'll tell you why. And I'm thinking of doing the same thing. Our meme coins on ETH are up so much versus ETH. Like my MOG versus Ethereum is up insane amounts in terms of ETH. Forget US dollars. Yes, that's up too. But in ETH terms, like I re-aped MOG on the way because when it was down, I just re-aped it, right? At the time, I forget what it was worth. It was 100 something, so ETH, right? That's up. In dollar terms, I think it's up 50%. In ETH terms, it's up 100%. So what am I going to do when MOG goes to like 2 billion? I'm going to trim 30 ETH, which is not going to hurt my bag. I'm going to buy another punk. Why? Because I think that punk's now going to run with ETH once ETH is ready to go back to 4K. What do you guys think on that?
You're going to have to trim 40 ETH.
40. Yeah, you're right.
More.
You're right.
More.
At this stage, you get, oh, fuck, it's 40. Yeah, you guys are right. But wow, you guys are very right on that.
This
Damn.
ETH performance is bad. Like I can't really imagine holding ETH here versus piling into the good ETH memes, piling into a punk. I don't know.
That was a nice candle there, short-lived for now, but it's gonna happen, guys. That fourth, don't worry. I was bull posting ETH last week. I'm not gonna stop here this week. It's just everybody thought I was an ETH maxi and that I didn't have any Solana. It was pissing me off. But anyways, here you go. You have a 47% pump left to all-time high. So I think we can catch that one. You know what I mean? To cycle high 23%. Like there's a trade to be had here on ETH. It's like it's gotta happen, sure, right?
Cue the Anakin meme. It's gotta happen, right?
It's gonna happen, right? Anyways, we'll talk about it more and more with Mando and Co. Let's have a jam. At least ETH memes are thriving. That DOGE thing, Pepe, Mog, big ticker Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure Apu is a Ethereum meme. There's a lot of ETH like coins like still going across the board. So it's not like the Ethereum ecosystem is not punks. Like I mean, like the Ethereum eco is doing good. I'm sure the NFT board is green this morning. So it's you know, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I think we'll have positive inflows today, Tyler. Milady's up to 6. 1 second, I know the show's done, but like Milady's up to 6 ETH.
Our loot box is gonna be interesting here.
Oh my god, the loot boxes tomorrow are gonna start getting hot. But the ladies are up 6 ETH. Oh my god, redacted Remelios.
Doodles maintaining that pump.
Yeah, Doodles are going to 10 ETH this cycle. Right?
They might, yeah. I'm not gonna say no. They keep rolling out the surprises. The McDonald's thing I think goes live today.
McDonald's. Who loves McDonald's?
Everyone.
DJT.
Oh yes.
On his way
he forces all of his friends to eat it for photo ops.
And Buffett, right?
And Buffett, I have to say a photo of like RFK with the McDonald's and has kind of comfortable. He was like, anyways, with that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.